Welcome to Big Red Leads. I'm Big Red, getting you and your business back to black. This is the third video in the series of the lecture series of team building and understand the things that come behind team building. So please understand where we're going with this. This is all in accordance to things that need to take place if you're trying to build an excellent team from scratch. So, what are we talking about today? Well, in this particular understanding, patience and allowance have to be a part of your lexicon. Your ability to actually lead this team, be the caretaker as well as the quote unquote teacher in this particular scenario, because you have to understand what you're up against. You're up against the people, your staff's learning curve. You're up against the speed of the market. You're up against the competition outside of you, or people who are in similar niches, similar markets when it comes to the work that you guys do. All these things are factors that are going to play against you. However, if you start with the understanding of they're not going to be the people that you bring in, they're not going to be where you are. You have to understand that. It's very rare that you find somebody right out the gate and they know exactly what they're doing. I mean, it's very rare. I wish you all well in that department, but understand, when it comes to building your actual team, you're going to need people who know their role and are effective in their role. Whatever that person is, whether that person is over your administrative department, handling the paperwork, handling books, accounting, things like that, the marketing team, whatever you're pushing for in that position that applies to that particular work, that particular those duties that come with that work. Understand this. Please understand this. I cannot emphasize this enough. Do not put an accountant in charge of the sales department. And hiring friends and family just because you love them, don't do that either. I had to learn that one the hard way myself. I wish if I could get that lesson back, I can't even tell you how much it cost me to unwind some of the undoing. Hiring friends and family just because they like what you do is not going to be beneficial for them, you, or the relationship, much less the business. So, please understand, you're going to need patience when it comes to the new hires and the staff that you are putting together, the team that you're putting together. There's going to have to be some workshops. There's going to have to be some sitting down and some real collaborations of coming together of the minds so that everyone is established and knows what their role is. So with that being said, what are we talking about? What are we essentially talking about? The speed in which you communicate is going to affect how quickly everyone is on board and moving as one. That means your communication needs to be on point. That means that the how effective are you in completing tasks? How effective are you in communicating with other teammates? With other people on the team and the staff? How quickly do you follow up with customers and clientele? Because understand the difference between a customer and a client. A client is someone who repeatedly comes back through and again. And understand that what a client does that a customer does not do, a client will also bring and refer people to your business. So, if your staff is not understanding that and you treat people with respect, be honest, look, and move accordingly, and just treat people, be decent to people. Let's start there. If you hire people who have poor attitudes in the interview process, you think that that's not going to change once you start paying this particular individual? Let's not make the same mistakes over and over and over again. You've been to an establishment, I'm pretty sure of it. Have you ever been to an establishment, let's say a restaurant or a small mom and pop business, and the people who greet you when you walk into the business obviously have an attitude. Something's not right. They do not know how to properly even greet themselves to you in welcoming you into the business. You are a patron. You are coming in to spend your money. Why would I want to spend my money at a place that treats me horribly before I even order food? Let's go there. So think about that. Think about that when you're hiring people. Think about that when you're onboarding new staff members, new salespeople, new sales associates. Because these are the people who are going to be, if not the first contact, the second contact of a prospect. Okay? Understand that. You can't get past this. You cannot just pass this up and be like, okay, this is such and such, oh, they're really great at their job. If they have a poor attitude, you don't think that affects your business? Because there's going to be potential clients, potential customers who are going to eventually at some point come across this particular individual who works for you, works for the company. We have to understand and get past this. Well, they have a great spirit, or they have good energy, or they understand what the energy is. Being patient is one thing, but acknowledging, look, okay, these are things that we need to improve upon. At the same time, you're not hiring for potential. You're hiring for what this person is capable of doing right now. And can they get better? Everyone can get better with a little coaching, a little encouragement. Most people who really want to be there and be a part of this. See, this is what you're not. This is what most entrepreneurs, they get stuck on. Not knowing something, a branch, if you will, of the business. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck. Not knowing a branch of the business. And when someone brings it to their attention, they get upset about it. You're not going to have all the answers. And every situation is different, but a lot of them are similar. You need to look for the telltale signs of poor attitude. You need to look for the telltale signs of someone not feeling like they are their part, they're not contributing. If you know what your role is, just as a teammate, if I know what my role is, and I can be a star in my role, the pats on the back, the compliments, the awards, the incentives, the things that come with being a star in my position will allow me to go a lot further in the business if it's acknowledged. But not knowing how to treat your fellow employees, how to work with your fellow employees, and an understanding of just basic psychology. You do not reward bad behavior. This is where your patience, some people's patience can wear thin. And before you know it, you end up having a high turnover rate. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking to build a strong enough team that can work its way through a lot of the quote unquote fires that will come with any business, because they're coming. Not only are you the caretaker, not only are you a firefighter, not only are you a psychologist, not only there's so many titles that come with being the quote unquote CEO, boss, owner, like owner operator, that come with this territory. You have to understand that you have to be multifaceted, especially when you're just getting it started. This is where being and having a good picker of people comes into play. Now, understand, You need to be patient. People are going to make mistakes. Employees are going to make mistakes. If you guys can move quickly and effectively and rectify the mistakes and keep going, building the plane while you're flying it, the possibilities of you having a successful business it's a win-win situation for everyone, because everyone's eating, everyone's moving, everyone's contributing. This is the type of atmosphere that wins 98% of the time. Because this is an internal thing. Understand this when it comes to your business, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to, this is an internal thing. This does not have to be displayed out in the public. If you need to pull someone aside, an individual, a problem child in your company, if you will, if you have to pull them aside and have a real discussion with them, maybe they need some coaching from you. Maybe they need some tutelage from someone else who might be in the business, who understands what their role is and is a star in their role. It's not talking down to them. It's not dictating to them that this is what needs to be done, but an understanding of how they can get better. If you can acknowledge that your employees, your people can get better, you have everything that you need within that core group. So, treat them with respect. This is the same way you treat your clients. This is the same way you treat your customers. Move at the speed of light. Mistakes or the wins. Take the lessons in the losses and don't repeat them. So, love you all. I hope this message helps. We got a lot to go. We got a long way to go, family. Love you all. Talk soon. This is Big Red Leads. This message will help some entrepreneurs out there. This will help some people who are having issues with their own circle. It's the inner work that is what's going to pay the dividends for your business. All this stuff can take place behind closed doors of the business. Take care of business. Take care of your people. You'll be fine. Like I said, this is Big Red Leads. Like, share, definitely subscribe to the channel. We'll talk soon. Have a great one.